Hey everybody, Michigan Custom Craftworks here. My name's Joe. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the 9th of September 2025. Episode 176. Guys, if you're not subscribed, please hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. Hopefully back from vacation over Labor Day. Hopefully you all had a good holiday, Labor Day, a day off or 2 days off or the week or whatever. We're back in the shop, so staying busy. Hopefully you're getting your leather projects done and out to your customers. And don't have anything on the table today on the workbench, but little shop talk. I had reached out. I had reached out to a very well-known Western retailer, brick and mortar company in my area. That's a competitor of mine. Her dad's owned the business for 35 plus years. Sadly, he passed away of cancer, probably doing all this leather work. He was horse and saddle tack, so he had a little, boot shop, boot repair shop. And what was kind of cool, not only did, he have products in his store, but he also had a little workshop area that was kind of closed off from the counter space area, so you could kind of go in and see him working. But his daughter runs the company, and he sadly passed away about 10-15 years ago from cancer, probably dealing with all this chemicals and different leathers and whatnot. So but yeah, I reached out and set up a meeting, if you will, to try and sell some of my leather goods. And this may be a great idea for you small business guys, leather craftsmen, running a business maybe from home, don't have a brick and mortar, maybe not even have a website, and you're just looking for advertisement or kind of a way to get your products out there in front of potential new customers. And I reached out to this company, to this business owner, to try to move some of my stuff that's been on the website for a while and it hasn't really sold. If you guys are in the same boat, pin a comment, drop a comment down in this video and let me know what you're doing to kind of move things. Because the reality of it is that, it's inventory, it's a product, it's revenue, somewhat lost because, that was time and material and I haven't recouped that revenue stream of that income for that product yet. So, and it takes space up in the shop. So, looking for innovative ways to where I can move old stuff that, it's kind of some of it is some of my earlier days when I started this, 4.5, 5 years ago. Just trying to, move some stuff to where it's not just, gonna end up in a scrap bin and, that are old products already made. So let me know your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section on what you're doing to move old items that are taking up space in your shop. You haven't sold them yet. And so, I thought, why not? It's a shot, it's a fart in the wind. What is she gonna say? No. And so we set up a date. It was like 3 or 4 days before Labor Day, just before we were getting ready to go on family vacation. And I just put a small tote together. She said, yeah, this time good. I said, yep, I'll make it work. And just 10, 15 items in a small tote, just loaded it up in the truck, took it over, and got there early. You know, anytime you're doing a consignment or a vendor to where, you know, you're possibly going to be selling your stuff, you know, in a brick and mortar space, you want to honor their time. And so I arrived like 25 minutes early just to kind of, you know, introduce myself. I'd never formally, you know, met this person. And just kind of, you know, was like, okay, we're, you know, now that we're established, we've, you know, shaken hands, where do you want me to meet, go, set up at? And she's like, oh, well, you know, she had these little, you know, glass showcases, if you will, kind of what, you know, you'd hold, you know, a jewelry store would hold their, you know, necklaces and diamond earrings and stuff in. And so she's like, oh, right on top of these two, you know, showcases are fine. And so I get, you know, in there, you know, opening the tote and getting things, you know, situated on a, like, you know, a little display for her to see the different items and the work that, you know, Michigan Custom Craftworks does here in my business. And about 20 minutes in, she's like, oh, you ready? And I'm like, yep, whenever you are, you know. And so she brings her supervisor or manager over, and, you know, they're looking at things, you know, touching and feeling it. You know, it's everybody loves the, you know, I love the smell, you know, all this stuff. And, you know, she's like, oh, this is really nice. And, you know, lo and behold, we start talking, you know, what I'm selling my goods for. And, you know, so I'm like, yeah, you know, tote, I, you know, have it marked this. This is what I usually get. And, you know, these are my clutch purses, you know, wristlets. This is what I usually get for that, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, well, you know, I would have to get what you're asking double. And I'm thinking, what? Like, that's, I said to her, I said, well, why would you want that much? And she's like, well, that's what we'd have to do in order to contract you as a consignment for our store. And I'm like, okay, that's 100% markup, charging double retail. Like, you know, industry standards 15 to 30, you know, profit margin. And she's like, oh, well, yeah. And then it's kind of like, you know, a little scoff and a rebuttal of, well, yeah, but, you know, I want what you want, kind of thing. And so I'm like, okay, I see that this is kind of not going to go anywhere. And, you know, she, you know, is looking at my stuff, and, you know, she's like, oh, this price and this price the same. And I'm like, yeah, but not the same leather. I'm like, you know, this is chrome tan, this is premium full veg tan. You know, this is, you know, exotic gator, that's real gator skin. Like, you know, so like kind of a little, you know, leather lesson 101, if you will. And here, you know, she's been running her dad's business for the last 15, 20 of the 35 years that they've been in existence. And, so she kind of is like, you know, we're kind of establishing this relationship. I'm still kind of feeling her out, you know, because I've just first met her now on the spot, and I'm in her store for, you know, maybe a good half hour by now. And she's like, oh, come on over here. She takes me over to another, you know, glass showcase, if you will, and pulls out the showcase, the glass showcase. You know, these are like, you know, cabinets, like I said, like a jewelry store, and shows me this wallet. It's a bifold wallet, a woman's wallet, if you will, just, you know, 6 card holder. It looked like some woven horsehair, maybe possibly handmade. I'm not going to shout the name of the company out. I will just leave it to you at this as a hint. Their journey, their story starts out, we were established 1986, and we pride ourselves on genuine, 100% genuine leather. And how that is just a marketing scheme and a scam, genuine leather, and that's for another video on another day and another time of the whole genuine 100% leather. So she's like, yeah, I've had this in the showcase for the last 10 years and I haven't sold it. And I look at the price, it's $56, small wallet, like pocket size wallet, bifold, 6 cards, and it's stamped inside the billfold, genuine leather, made in China. And I'm like, here she's selling real premium, full grain leather, cowhide leather boots, leather Western boots, mind you. Okay, full on Southwestern store, with, the button up, rhinestone shirts, collars, the floral patterns on them, on the sleeves and, the back of the shoulders. And she's selling, $300 to $600 Western boots, but yet she's got in her store genuine leather bifold wallets and wondering why that's not selling. And so, you can't mix water and oil. It doesn't go together, folks. And, that's why I've always stayed like custom and full on leather. I just, unless the customer wants, some fabric or suede or something in there, I always end my videos, if you're going to make it with real leather, it'll last longer. It's just not my one-liner. It's what I live by from the day one of me starting Michigan Custom Craftworks, folks. And, if you want something to last, you have to make it with real leather, real material. Bottom line, plain and simple. There's no 2 ways to cut it, And so, as I kind of start to slowly back away from her, because, I'm just seeing that we're not jiving. We're not even speaking the same language. I questioned her on another item, and then she's like, oh, come on over here. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go again. She shows me a bag that's $95, and it's a woman's tote, handle, shoulder strap to hang on your shoulder, 16 by 20 size bag, 4-inch gusset, and $95. I look inside the tag, 100% genuine leather, made in China. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, my bag and your bag are totally different. And she's like, yeah, I didn't want you to, me to say this in front of my, it was like her supervisor or whatever. We're not even in your league, okay? She says. And I'm like, wow, really? Like, you've been established 35 years, you're doing something right, but now I'm not even in your league. She's like, your custom work is impeccable, okay? She's like, yeah, for what you have your items marked at and what, I would need to sell them at double profit, we're just not getting sales. She's like, I got, showcase over there that's got all Western, but, stainless silver, sterling silver buckles. She had like a whole shelf showcase of sterling silver buckles. And she's like, they go for 100 and up. And she's like, I haven't even sold one of those in the last 2 years. So, you know, you compare apples to oranges, it just doesn't add up, folks. You know, I valued more the experience and the information and the feedback that she gave me about my products than actually really doing a business deal and a transaction with her as far as the Hulk assignment. Um, it taught me a lot about her as a person. It taught me a lot about business in general and just how to go about business and really see the value that I'm providing to my customers and what my customers are looking for out of a product from me. And so there you have it. But yeah, a little shop talk today, guys. Visit my website, micustomcraftworks.com. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Michigan Custom Craftworks, and I'm out.